And continue on reading. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of kings and blessed him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all, first being by interpretation king of righteousness. By interpretation, king of righteousness, and also the king of Salem, which is the king of peace, without father, without mother. By interpretation, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of God, abideth a priest continually. Holy Emmanuel, I Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. So this Melchizedek now was high priest, is the high priest from Salem. Salem means peace mountain. Salam, peace. And without father, without mother. All this is the interpretation of the meaning of Melchizedek. Seeing, but now we check it upon a historical fact. We say Prince Emmanuel is this Melchizedek, and the order of Bobo Shanti is Melchizedek order. Prince Emmanuel teaches that every man come forward through a father lineage and a mother womb. Right? And reincarnation bring forward everyone here. See? So him don't deny the fact that him have a literal mother and father, and those who know him know say him did come through a mother womb and a father lineage. But the order where him come with now is interpreted with these titles, which is a priesthood order, which makes a man the son of God. Because when you really look into the Melchizedek order, it's an order where come to make man the son of God, because the Levitical order by law seen was from the time of Aaron, right? Was that Aaron's sons alone could be priests, right? But Christ, who was also foreordained to be priest, when the man did said, my Lord said unto my Lord, thou art a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek, became a priest, not by law, but by an oath. The word of the oath, right? Which was the man swear, right? And took the oath, said, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek, which was what Christ came through. This Christ was of the tribe of Judah. In Aaron's time, only Aaron's son, the Levites and his sons, could be priests, so there needed to be a changing of the law, right? Which was that Aaron's son alone could be priest. When the law changed now, changed that Christ could be priest, right? To bring back the Melchizedek order on earth. And him come through the line of Judah after the order of Melchizedek, the son of being the son of God. Right? And come with this priesthood order now, wherein not only the Levites alone could be a priest in this order. Any of the tribes of the house of Israel could be a priest through the Melchizedek order, through the changing of the law. The Levitical priesthood order now, well, let me not get ahead of myself. Let's continue. But this man, because he continued ever, have an unchangeable priesthood, wherefore he is able also to save them to the uttermost that come unto God by him, seeing he ever liveth to make intercession for them. Right? And Prince Emmanuel come and teach us that Selassie is God incarnate, the Almighty, him Father. Right? And him come to bring us, to make us, in Revelation show you kings and priests unto God. Right? So we come unto the Father by this man, Christ. Right? We get saved to the uttermost Right? Seeing he liveth to make intercession for them. Continue. For such an high priest became us, who is wholly harmless and defiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens, who needed not daily as those high priests to offer up sacrifice for his own sins, and then for the sin, and then for the people's. For this he did once when he offered up himself. For the law maketh man high priest which have infirmity, but the word of the oath which was since the law maketh the Son, who is consecrated forevermore. Holy Emmanuel, I Selassie, Rastafari. So it has show you now, say, Christ ever liveth to make intercession for us. For such an high priest becomes us. So even though when you say Christ would say him gone unto the Father, because temporarily he's not here in flesh with us now, in his own flesh, right? So him gone unto the Father. Him say when him go unto the Father, the works that he is doing, alright, I and I will take up such works and continue. And even do greater works, because the Father working through us, like how the Father was working through him. Because Christ said, all these works I do is not me, and the Father I work through me. I am not doing this work of myself. It's the Father that doeth all these works through me. So him teach us how to communicate with the Father and pray to the Father inside of us, saying, our Father who art in Zion. To get a spiritual communication, because temporarily he make the move, but spiritually he's still here with us through spirituality. Right? Because we worship him spiritually, because he's not here temporarily, so we couldn't really worship him temporarily, except when you see one, you see him God through each other. See, which is what this is about. Let me say, he continued ever, because when you see one, you see him God. For such an high priest became us, and I become the man himself, the Son of God. You see? He said the oath which maketh the Son. Right? The Levitical order never make the Son. It make man high priest which have infirmity, meaning some man have weakness. But the oath make the Son, who have no weakness. Right? So the Levitical, the Melchizedek order was come to make man perfect. We see? To make you a perfect example. So the Levitical priest had infirmity, but the Melchizedek priest supposed to be a perfect example without infirmity, consecrated forevermore, not wavering. Right? So that's what this represents. The Melchizedek order, to make man the Son of God. Right? Because when you see one, you see him Christ. When you do unto one, you do unto him Christ. This was the old teaching to get rid of the infirmity. You know, King Emmanuel VII, Adonai, God, Jah, Rastafari.